Wrestling! Here for another exciting episode of PZW Wrestling Action. Now at this time, I want to bring out one man in the tournament for the best of the best for the PZW Heavyweight title. Switchblade, Sharpe! Mr. Shane Sharpe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I am really excited to be a part of this tournament here in Project Zero Wrestling. Come on!
Now, many people have you as the odds-on favorite because you have experience. Is that not true?
That is very true. As far as I know, I'm the most experienced man in the actual tournament, but I always try and stay humble, but you know, they picked the 4 best guys here, so I guess that's got to go to my head just a little bit. I can't really pick a favorite, so I guess we're just going to have to see what happens.
Yeah. Well, speaking of all the men you'll be facing, what are you going to say about some of those guys?
Wow. Well, I've been around the block a few times with some of them, that's for sure. Adam Nessel, he seems to have a little bit of an attitude problem from what I saw. Yeah. I have no idea what chocolate milk means, but Adam Nessel, he seems to be a little bit of a hothead. I may have to deal with him. Richie Sick, I was really impressed with what I've seen from him here. And Derek Simonetti, Lord knows Derek Simonetti. Let's give it up for Richie Sick. But I'm really excited to get back in the ring with Derek Simonetti. You know, we've been around the block a few times together, so we always bring the best out in one another.
Now, if you could pick one, who would you want to face for the title?
You know, there's too much. I'm gonna have to take the high road here. There's just too much talent in this tournament to pick one. All I gotta say is, whoever it is, they best be prepared.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Yeah. If you want to face this man, you better be prepared. And I don't think you can. Shane Sharpe is the man that you need to beat. We'll be back with more Project Zero Wrestling after this. So you wanna be a champion? Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Project Zero Wrestling. Tonight begins the best of the best tournament to crown the very first Project Zero Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. It goes like this. It's a double elimination round robin tournament where the person who scores the best score becomes the champion. And that person could be one of 4 people. It could be Adam Nessel. It could be Richie Sick. It could be Derek Simonetti. Or it could be the odds-on favorite, Switchblade, Shane Sharpe. With me at this time is Derek Simonetti, one man in that tournament, who will be going up against Switchblade Shane Sharpe in our main event. Now, you've gone toe-to-toe with Shane Sharpe before. What makes you think you're going to be able to pull this one out?
Well, you know, Chris, it's definitely been on my mind all week since they announced the first 2 matches for the tournament. But I gotta say, Sharpe and I, we have a very storied history with one another, and we've gone up and down the road quite a few times. Hey, he's won a few, I've won a few. And as Shane so eloquently put it at the beginning of the show, he's the most experienced guy in this tournament, and let's be honest, in Project Zero Wrestling. Now tonight, motivation is definitely key. The match that we're going to have is unlike any match we've ever had, because there's so much at stake in this one match. See, whether I win or he wins, we're going one step closer to being the Project Zero Heavyweight Champion. And to be perfectly honest with you, with motivation like that, I'm liable to do some pretty f***ed up to get exactly the end result that I'd like.
Whoa, whoa, can't say that on television.
F*** you! Anyway, tonight, Shane Sharpe, buddy, you know I love you, but I'm going to give you 110%, and I'm going to give the most experienced man on this roster a run for his money. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to say what I want, do what I want, and go where I want to go. And I'm going to get away with it. And you want to know why? Because I'm Derek Simonetti. That's why.
The sound of the crowd in this arena is absolutely deafening with the arrival of Switchblade Shane Sharpe. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am the commentator of Project Zero Wrestling, Joe Cole, the king of all commentary, and I'm here to do the play-by-play on tonight's first contest. Shane Sharpe and Derek Simonetti about to tie up, and there's no better way to start an athletic contest than with a show of respect. Starting off with the wrist lock, Shane Sharpe is taking control of this match, turning it into a hammerlock. These two men are no strangers to one another, being that they have wrestled at least a dozen times in the last 4 years. Derek Simonetti trying to work out of the hammerlock, and he succeeds into a hammerlock of his own on Switchblade Shane Sharpe. Reversal by the Switchblade, a rollout back into the arm wringer, into a hammerlock once again, and into a side headlock. Derek Simonetti, the larger of the two combatants, the powerhouse wrestler in comparison to Shane Sharpe's speed, agility, and obvious advancements in the wrestling ability. Not taking anything away from Derek Simonetti, he's an incredible wrestler as well. But in this particular contest, Shane Sharpe does have the upper hand, considering his experience. Derek Simonetti trying to get the crowd behind him, which is something both of these competitors are going to be doing tonight, because both these men are fan favorites. Both men competing for the biggest prize in Project Zero Wrestling, the Heavyweight Championship, shoulder block by Shane Sharpe. Derek Simonetti back to his feet, and a hip toss on Shane Sharpe. Like I was saying, both of these men are here to compete for the biggest prize in Project Zero Wrestling, and that is the PZW Heavyweight Championship. And the way to do it is to win this best-of-the-best round-robin tournament. 4 of the best athletes in Project Zero Wrestling have been chosen to compete in a double elimination tournament, where the winner will have the best score at the end of the round-robin. These two met in 2004 through mutual friends, and ever since then they've developed a bond with one another, and ever since the two have been dead set on trying to outdo one another when it comes to their matches. This, of course, is probably the 13th in a baker's dozen of matches between the two since they first met. And I have to say, from a fan as well as a commentator, I have to say these matches keep getting better as the years go by. Arm drag out of the corner by Shane Sharpe, keeping Derek Simonetti off his feet. You got to remember, Shane Sharpe, as I mentioned, is the smaller of the two wrestlers, so what he has to try and do is keep Derek Simonetti, 1, off his feet, and 2, away from using his powerhouse maneuvers. He's going the road less traveled in a situation like this. He's working on the arm to make sure that Derek's upper body strength cannot be utilized, as opposed to certain situations where the smaller guy would go after the guy's legs to even it out. But Shane Sharpe is that confident in his abilities, as he has just demonstrated by reversing an arm drag with an arm drag. Derek Simonetti may be the bigger of the two guys here, but he's realizing right now that size doesn't in fact matter. Shane Sharpe going for the pinfall, and a 2 count. The crowd behind both men. Shane Sharpe taking the advantage early in the contest with a double knees to the elbow of Derek Simonetti, and another pinfall. The smartest thing to do in a contest like this is end it as quickly as possible when you're Shane Sharpe. Derek Simonetti firing back with a couple of left hands, and is greeted with a forearm across the shoulder blades. Shane Sharpe definitely wants to bring in the reins on Derek Simonetti and keep this match in his favor. Irish whip into the ropes, going for a front drop kick, and he misses. Derek Simonetti hangs on to the rope to avoid coming in contact with the bottom of Shane Sharpe's boots. And then he lays a boot right into the small of Shane Sharpe's back. Irish whip into the corner, and Shane Sharpe hits the buckle with ferocity, and down he goes. Pinfall by Derek Simonetti and a 2 count. Shane Sharpe may have a momentary lapse in his ability, but he is not going to go down that easily. Derek Simonetti, if he were smart, he'd stick to the back. For those at home who have not seen Derek Simonetti or Shane Sharpe perform, Derek Simonetti's finishing maneuver, the one he puts away all of his opponents with, is the spine buster. So naturally he's going to go after Shane Sharpe's back, as we just saw with his backbreaker. An attempt at a Boston Crab, reversed by Shane Sharpe with a kickoff. Derek Simonetti does not want to give the lead up to Shane Sharpe, and he proves such with a forearm across the shoulder blades. Going for another Irish whip across the ring, reversed by Shane Sharpe, and Derek flies right into the buckle with the same ferocity that Sharpe did earlier in the contest. Both men on the ground as the referee begins to count them down. If neither man can get to their feet before the 10 count, this match will be a draw.
5, 6, come on, 7.
Derek attempts a right hand, going for a second one, blocked again. Another right hand by Shane Sharpe, and a duck under that third right hand, and a clothesline by Shane Sharpe. Shane Sharpe waiting for Derek Simonetti to come back to his feet for a second clothesline. Could we see a third one? And a collection, a 3-piece collection of clotheslines by Shane Sharpe as he goes to the second rope. Derek Simonetti does not know where he is. Flying crossbody by Shane Sharpe. Referee down for the count 2, and that's a kick out at 2. And you can hear it in the voices of each and every member of this crowd. They thought the match was Shane's. Shane Sharpe picking up Derek Simonetti. Going for the switchblade. It's reversed. A duck under into a waist lock, going for the O'Connell roll, but it is reversed. Shane Sharpe back with another clothesline. Duck under by Derek Simonetti. And a spine buster. Referee down for the count. 2, 3. That is the end of this contest. Derek Simonetti has just garnered his first win in the round-robin tournament. Which means 2 things. Derek Simonetti is now 1 step closer to becoming the PZW Heavyweight Champion, and Shane Sharpe is 1 loss away from elimination. These 2 men definitely put their heart on the line tonight and gave us 110%. And I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say that's probably one of the best matches I've ever seen in Project Zero Wrestling. I want to thank everybody for catching the show tonight, and hopefully you will be back next week to see the continuation of the best round-robin tournament to crown our very first PZW Heavyweight Champion. Until then, speaking for Chris Cortez, this is Joe Cole saying good night, everybody.